So we got a Honda in here. Yeah, sorry for the mess over there. It's the story of my life. Weird thing, this guy would start super easy. I mean, like, it was like something I noticed too was like recoils not going back over. How are you guys doing? Start button doesn't work there. Let me try not to asphyxiate myself in here. Open the back window. Let me pause this by open the back window. Like that song. Open up window, sucker. That's some air in, right? Or I know I'm butchering that up. Anyway, I have the old safety clamp for when you're mowing. Listen, I don't judge. That's cool. Shut it off to empty the bagger and then go start it again. I experienced that, but I'm going to pause this for a minute while we ready some battle tools. Alright, so we'll go at this again. The choke seems like it's working. It's open all the way. You know, that's why I was poking the screwdriver in there like that. Don't want to push it too hard because you push that wax cartridge, you push the wax right out of the cartridge. So it's in a full open position. But the bad thing is that now that it's in a full open position, so maybe that choke plate is bad. Let's just double check. For that choke wax cartridge. Yeah. So that choke wax, we're gonna replace that choke wax cartridge. Let's shut the gas off on this, and then let's tilt this up for your viewing pleasure, and we'll find the perfect object to balance everything in the best interest of making things cool, you know. So it's a 10 millimeter on the front end of that unit. I don't think I have any wax cartridges in my garage at the moment. I will have to go buy some. Hang on here, I can't find tools. Alright, so these are a real biscuit to go ahead and take apart. They really are. I mean, you know, Honda could complicate anything, they complicated this. And part of the reason I said that they complicated this is because they have mashed this all together into one fine product. And it's not very nice. So putting it back together is a pain in the butt. A little bit of oil in the blow-by or the bypass valve. So 2 10 millimeter bolts, and we'll take the carburetor apart. But this is the choke mechanism, and this is part of that choke mechanism. And what happens is on the back side of this little wax ring, or this wax cartridge pushes outward, and makes the choke operate. So it's supposed to retract after it cools off, but it feels still pretty hot. Runs off the, looks weird. Does appear that there's like a little bit of damage here for whatever reason. I'm not sure. Does, huh. That's interesting. Anyway, we'll replace this wax cartridge, and hopefully I don't end up with a blood blister. I just don't think that that's operating 100%. Yeah, that's it. Someone replaced that before. They, you can see they dug in here pretty good. At least it looks that way to me. And I might have to get, yeah, I might have to get my. Let me see how far we can zoom in here. So you guys have a little bit better viewing experience of what I'm talking about here. And lock the guy in place. So this little guy right here, definitely seems like maybe it's not working properly. And you know, everything that you think you got, there we go. Yeah, see how it boiled out over? So that white stuff is actually the wax that was inside this cartridge. So we're gonna replace that. I'm guessing that's part of the problem. Yeah, I mean, I know you can't see it from your perspective, but it actually is melted in there pretty good. The wax that is, let's see if we can pull a little bit of that out of it. My fingers are small, but just not that small. So,
Honey, look.
where are they going?
Huh?
Where are they going?
Look, don't put it everywhere. Get in.
Anyway, so we'll remove the carburetor as well, and clean that up. I'm sure it's seen better days, so gonna have to manipulate that a little bit. Try to be gentle and give it a little rocking back and forth. Because these lines are funny too. One's bigger than the other. That's a good idea. Only a Honda. Pull the gas. Trying to keep these gaskets together. There we go. And then just oh. Gotta bend it out along the rod. And the same thing there, just get that guy up. Take the gasket and set it here, and we're gonna dump this carburetor out. This out of the way, I guess. Yeah, what does it matter? It's there. So this was not out of this machine. This is out of another machine, but if your machine gets that dirty, gas coming out of there looks pretty good. try to make it a little bit. Use our professional grade mechanics table. Yeah. Some guys spend a lot of money on tools. I try not to. I try to use the tools that I got, but occasionally you have to. Gonna do the sky high moment here. Da-da-da-da. Ground control, major ground. Yep. Pretty little trees. Right? Something like that. Oh no! Oh no! Some guys would just jam that right in their sonic cleaner or something like that, but yeah, I don't get mine dirty, to be honest. Oh crap. Good thing I wasn't a fast one. There seem to be 5 cans of these that are half open. Alright. Alright. Hi-ya! Let's step this game up a little bit, you know? Yeah. So I already drained the gas out too. Gonna drain the gas out, you hold it sideways. Yeah. How high? Very high. Hey, that's why I'm brain damaged. Sometimes you can get these off. So, you know, there's no fuel pickup on this. Try to take care of the crush gasket at the bottom of that. Sometimes these may need a little finagling. Oh yeah, there's some crap in there. We can, let's see if we bring this in closer. So rotted out. On newer models they had a little drain off valve. I think I have one here. I can demonstrate that to you. It's readily available. Oh, this hodginess. So the newer models had 2 bolts. That bolt in the bottom that I took out of the side, and then added another short bolt in the side to drain off. At the end of the season, that is not the case with this particular unit. It also is not in the recall for cam shaft issue that they had with these. So I mean, I don't think the rust had anything to do with that. Might have had a little bit to do with it, but that wax cartridge definitely was blowing up all over. So yeah. Try to clean out some of these passages as we're at it. On the carburetor has a little corrosion. You can kind of see. You know, I know some guy commented on one of my other videos and they're like, oh, well, I always pull the venturi tube out and they're never ever stuck in there. They don't corrode. They might not corrode because they're brass, but the crap in the gasoline and the deposits will stick to everything and make it damn near impossible to pull that out. And that is why I made the comment that sometimes I strip those out, and that's why I don't always pull them out if I don't have to. Because you see that little slot there? Once that breaks, it's over. So what I do is I will run a sandwich twist tie up through it, make sure that it's clean. Since this was running already, and it may or may not allow me to pull that ventry tube out. We'll pull that ventry tube. Pause this and find some tools. Just that let me not kick that around either. Make that worse. Of course, Honda has a little bit different size ventry than Briggs and Kraken or Kohler. So away hunting we go. And this actually looks like it might have been out once before too. Does not want to come out. Hang on here. We'll get that guy out. No, maybe not. What I'm doing is I'm pushing and I know you can't see it, pushing the wire all the way up through, and then trying to see if we can get enough of a wedge in there, but that guy is stuck in the bottom. Let's see. I don't think there's enough room in here for me to bend it down from the top. And guess what? Pull the float and give her the whack-a-whack-a deck. Almost. Oop. Get excited now. Okay, I'll try to blow some air in there, I guess, too. There we go. It's almost. There we go. And then you can push the jet out from the top. No, maybe not. Yeah, we'll just poke it and leave it alone. We'll put that back in. It just holds the jet in there, and that jet's not coming out. I'm almost 100% certain, at least 99% certain, that the reason that's happening is because of the wax ring, the wax cartridge not working right. But that guy's not budging, and I think I'll leave well enough alone. We'll give it a spray. Make sure it's all clean. Put this guy back in there. Order up, I don't think, like I said, I don't think I have an extra wax ring. Order up a wax ring and get this guy squared away. I'm like I said, 99% sure that the wax ring is what the issue is. I don't have any gasket sets for this. But I'll buy a gasket set too. I mean, the gasket's not terrible. It's usable. We'll get the wax ring and call it a day. Alright, well, happy days, happy Saturday. Well, we got our new part. All that for that hassle, huh? Right into the hole. Now, the hardest part is putting this whole menagerie back together. Alright, so we got this menagerie kind of pre-assembled. So, this is the guy we're replacing. Or we've replaced, I should say. This is a thermal wax contraption. When the piston gets hot, it blows out. Hee hee hee. I did have a bag here. That's the hot nugget part number. It is an OEM part. I do believe that is exactly what is wrong with this menagerie. If there's anything I don't like, it's a Honda carburetor. Because they are just a pain in the but to do what you need to do with them. That's just my opinion. And it's kind of because you got a gasket sandwich crap. When it is literally a sandwich of poo when I put that on backwards, didn't I? Why? Why did you put that on backwards? Because you were not paying attention. And you gotta sandwich this guy down in here on top of that piston. Might as well just make sure it's clean up here. Goes the mailman. And I was gonna use a gasket that I made. I'm going to put that there. And then I'm gonna set this crap on top. Stupid. Stupid is a stupid is. And then you gotta try to go ahead and finagle the air box in there. I don't remember if there was an air filter in this, but I think you got one for them. So this is the fun part. Trying to get it all in there. On the right side. I got that on the wrong side. Biscuits. Come here, biscuits. Make sure that you have the S. So there's a little S underneath. I call it an S, but it's actually, I guess, a C or backward C. And now the fun begins. Trying to layer it all in here. Sometimes grease helps to hold these parts in place. And then the carburetor body on it, and then getting through the other holes and the automatic choke without ripping gaskets. Keeping it all kind of somewhat assembled. It's just not my favorite. And there's like a, there we go. Oh no, this is the gasket that you can use grease on. It usually helps you. I'm tearing it up and moving it around. And hopefully, if you've laid everything out right, you can work that in there, hopefully. But to me it looks like everything kind of fell apart a little bit. That side's good, but this side, alright, yep, that side's on there. And then when you have a chance to, try to hook, you got big meat hooks, you have a hard time getting your breather back on there, but try to get your breather back on there. Yikes. And hopefully that all went together right. Guess we'll find out when we start it up here. Like I said, I was going to use this homemade gasket there because I couldn't find the square gasket, and it happened to fall out of the machine. Oh, you weren't even looking at what I was doing. How's that? What the hell with it? So. Sorry. It is what it is. I'm going back now. On after that. Oh, biscuits, that's not on. Need a 10 millimeter for that. Hopefully I got a 10 lying around here. A tenner. That's 9, of course. 13. I think you can find a 10. And pause while we look for tools. Sorry that you didn't see that whole sandwiching. Tying it back up, and I'm gonna put the handle back on. I guess see if we can find a. Hopefully that, like I said, hopefully that choke lever sat in the right place. And don't look. Here comes danger. Trust me, I'm a professional. I guess we'll shoot you upright, back you out. Make sure that guy's where it needs to belong. I gotta put the handle back in here because I'm going to knock the handle out. What would be nice is if the electric start worked on this. I guess I could look at that, but I wasn't on. Just sounds like that. Guy doesn't want to, either doesn't have enough gumption to spin or not sure. Anyways, turn the gas on. But it doesn't sound like that choke is opening. Let's see, we'll find his danger clip, which I thought was in here somewhere. Yeah, right here's the danger clip. Not sure why that. Let's take a look at that. Hopefully that. Is not pushing out or not opening right. So, yeah. See what's maybe I got that because it's such a menagerie of crap that they stack in there. I'll turn the gas off. I have a feeling it's just not pushing right. So hopefully pull that back out and get the choke lever in the right spot. It's kind of really a pain in the butt. Maybe this time we'll throw you on the right spot. Yeah, okay, yeah. Loud. Pain in the butt. These Honda does. That's probably what it is. It's just a choke mechanism is out of sorts. You know, out of sorts isn't even the word. It's Dripping a lot of gas right down in there. Is that busted up top? Just not pushing. Work it off. So what I was saying though, with these gaskets, it's a real pain in the butt. But that choke is definitely not opening right, so that will grease around that. Roll my friend square gasket back in here, and the butt square back gasket. I'll try to get this bad boy sitting here the way it's supposed to sit. Just see where it wants to go. Should push it right out. Closely. The right side, I don't know if it's the right side. I think I can't tell because it's not the right side, is it? It's this side. Why? Because it's not going to drain anywhere anyway, you know. It's going to be a hole in it. And then put the right foot in, put the right foot out. Have it poke in and turn himself about. And try to sandwich it all together again. It should. Push out. This is never fun because I'm trying to go through all this stuff, keep it all together. It's just easier to sit down alongside it. Ow. That's the whole choke. Again, nothing like a shite sandwich. To make your afternoon nice and pleasant. It's stupid. It really is. Stupid setup. Trying to get all these layers of poo in here, and I'm sure I said it before with this stupid Honda. It's lovely. because you can't get your finger in there either to go ahead and open the choke up. Make sure it's gonna work right. It's not, because it's just a sandwich crap. Sandwiched crap. So, sandwiched crap. Freaking phenomenal. You gotta make sure that hits it just right. Because it locks into the throttle too. The throttle butterfly that's on there, and then you gotta make sure it's straight and square here, which it isn't, while maintaining it in the crap, along with the third gasket on the bottom. I mean, if you gotta have this many gaskets for your setup, it's kind of stupid. Just saying, it's my opinion. Keep yours to yourself. There's a, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a very tiny little plastic nipple that needs to stay in there. And then you hope that you have enough leverage. So, pull that gas line, because it's just easier to angle that around without that gas line on there. Keep it together. The gasket's not even close. Yeah, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Well, that struggle was definitely real, but I went over there and I mowed the neighbor's front lawn and got her nice and hot. Now you got yourself all twisted up. Nice and hot. And I don't have my infrared gun out here, but revving a little high. I guess I could you could do a little bit further investigation with this. Let me just see if I can find my RPM doohickey. Hang on here. Well, we'll find it. And I'm really surprised that the battery's still legit on this. And let's see if we can either tuck it in there, wrap it around there without burning myself down, because she's nice and hot. Don't need a whole lot, just a little bit. Preferably something tighter than that, but yikes. It's hot. See, Frankie's gonna go get changed real quick. He'll run over here. I want to have Frankie over here. Supervisor Frank. Let me find my headphones again. And let's see where his cheater. He had that cheater clip. Here it is in my pocket. Ultimately I ended up swapping out the entire carburetor. Let me see if we can find the old one here. Here's the old one. I need to run this through, maybe pull some of these plugs on this, but this guy here just was giving me heck. So we swapped it out, even though I spent a lot of time picking holes and whatever else with it. there, but I'm gonna change the oil while we're at it because this oil's seen better days. I already put a new air filter in it. I actually had to add oil to this yesterday because it was low, but it's pretty black. So we'll drain it out and we'll get this back in Mr. Wright's hand. So that was a black goo that was in there. Put fresh oil in it. Just finish sharpening the blade up. Although, you know what? I just noticed something. I don't even know how that happened. Hopefully that was the old one. Hopefully this was the old one and I just didn't throw it out. I don't think there's just a lot going on out here. This is the old one. You can see the wax was hanging on it. But that's what this started out as. This guy was not recessing. Should recess it back in and push out when it's hot. And they do go bad, but we ended up replacing the carburetor on this altogether. I didn't buy an aftermarket Scamazon one. I had one sitting in my pile of mower parts, thankfully, and